for the invitation. Sorry for being late too. I got a bit lost. But I'm now here. My name is Mariela. I just say I am a graphic designer. I have been a graphic designer for over 20 years, and I have been I also have been in the field of marketing. I started in photography many years ago. I was working in an advertising agency here. They bought the first digital Sony camera, and I borrowed it to photograph Valley. Ever since, that was it for me. I always liked a camera, even when I was a child. I'd be going to school and I go with these little cameras to photograph the group. So that's my passion, and I want to share with you some of my passion. This presentation is based mostly in photojournalism, people, spontaneous shots, cultural shots. So this is just the definition of photojournalism. That is to portray news through an image. And so this is anywhere out there, even here, there is always a story to tell. We are storytellers, we are visual tellers. For me, it's hard to speak because I'm a visual person. I speak through images. So let's start. This image is one of the series of black and whites I've been doing about the refugees, Venezuelan refugees. I spent the last week of registration in the Oval after work, and spend time with them. And this is not from the registration, this is from a sharing that we did some time ago, like about a week ago. These images, they had a protest the day before the registration finished. They had a very hostile protest at the beginning because they were disagreeing with the government and disagreeing with what the government was doing and the United Nations was doing with the refugees. So I took some photos of I was also in an assignment to the refugees and the protest. So you can. So what we can see in all these images is the expression of the people. This is like nobody's posing for you. This is just happening in seconds. And you're just there trying to inform and tell the story with the photos. So that is where the protest was very in a heated time. And Mr. Griffith came and Mr. Abud came, and all of them, they were sharing their opinions, but they were very
passionate.
Yeah, passionate about it. And you can see how everybody body language. That also is in the same protest. I'm sharing a lot because it was a lot of like expressions. And they were saying, yes, Venezuelan, they must go. And I was like covering my thing that say Mariela. And I think I get slapped there. Okay. This is on the other side. Everything is happening, but she's just quietly on the phone. This was a couple that they told me. I was chatting with a lot of them, because I was asking permission after and say sorry, and I didn't mean to go into you. And they were very, very tired. They were like days there. waiting to get registered. This little boy was playing, no matter that they had people quarreling and complaining on the sides and tired, that people were like waiting, upset, people stopping the line. He just was playing around, and his mom was in a very sweet mood too. That was on the other side of the street. He was eating his KFC, he was very happy. He didn't stop eating his food. This is a moment that I was trying to show that, well, the people coming with the nation. This photo, this was a lovely family that came also. All of that happened in those days, like in that week. And I also wanted to show, because it's not that the Trinis are, all the Trinis are like negative and they don't want Venezuelans. And no, they had a lot of beautiful people that came that week. That family was one of them. That family came from Parkview. And they put together, nobody helped them, they just put together, they went and buy bread, butter, cakes, water, and they pack up that one. And I helped them to translate, and I was taking the photos in the meantime. And beautiful people. That's the same boy that was freely playing around. Okay, we're moving now into, as being a freelancer, I have the flexibility to go into these kind of like musical shows. Sorry that sometimes I am more for images and not so much for the speaking. This is the day that Africana was having a launch for the Jupe band. And sometimes I don't get all the assignments I do. I look for them, and if I see good stuff, I can portray, because it's a positive tool. It's positive to portray the good things that people do in your environment, because you see, when you open a newspaper, all you see is negative, and this one killed this one. You have to put the beauty out there too. That was the same show, but I like the expression of the people. I put some of the photos actually from the newspaper and some from the photos, so I'm mixing all the media. This is one of our members' daughter that she was in the national culinary team, and they won some awards internationally. So I was honored to portray them from the beginning. This image was from Jose. It's the first time I have been out there always, but this was the first time I was sent on an assignment to cover that. It was very interesting and beautiful. This is Pagua. I like the diversity that Trinidad and Tobago have, with all the cultural diversity. So I have been photographing Pagua since probably 2011. I love it. I like the colors. I like the mood of the people, the sharing. So that is also Pagua. That is Pagua as well. It's a contest I never saw before because I went to a different venue. Okay, this shot I put it there because I work close to Savannah. So I sometimes go and walk and see and observe and relax, and I go with the phone, chat to people, photograph people. Even if I don't have my camera, it's like I say, you just take a photo and make it happen. So I was photographing the tree, and he just came and started to stretch. And I said, well, this can be a pitch for the newspaper. So I told him that. I told him, oh, he said, sorry for being in your photo. I said, no, you won't be sorry. Well, thank you. And he was, that's why I put that example there. So he was in the paper. This is Uvalde. I have photographed Uvalde, and I have a lot of shots of Uvalde, but this was a very unusual but it has some sort of drama. I don't know the color. It has some special mood for me. I went for the second time. I used to go in company to Felicity, but after I started to move by myself, so I was trying to find out where was Felicity and how to get in touch with people, and I just went with the camera, and he was very kind. I went inside, and he was showing me how. That was another assignment, Vivian Singers in Mozambique. Sometimes you have this assignment that you don't know, what's gonna happen, what you're gonna find, where you're gonna stand, where you're gonna be. So when I have these assignments, I spend a lot of time because I observe where can I go, and I start to ask questions. I reach sometimes very early, 2 hours, 1 hour early, so I can find out what's going on. So I had the honor. That lady is amazing. So they assigned me that her concert to cover it. And again, I went very early to try to sit in the right spot, and the ushers keep putting me on the side. They tell me they're gonna send you right there on the top where you're gonna take photos. I said, well, what's going on? And then I met some friends that they lent me a spot, so I was able to photograph that and that. And that was another one, but I don't know, maybe it's somewhere around. So we're now moving to Carnival. Carnival, this is Pyramid. I have photographed the Blue Devils, but I never went to Pyramid to see the Blue Devil. So this time I went on a photo walk. I was very lucky that always everybody just go, and I just moving here and there, and I ended up with a right spot. And they were passing, I was sitting in the right place at the right time, because you will see the other shots too. I think I was.
I've seen a mocha jump when you up there too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know why that doesn't.
No?
No. No, it's on the tips. Okay. That as another part of the news, that was an accident, as you can see. So sometimes it's you can jump from phone to see things like that. I don't know, the slides.
Just saw that.
Okay, this is another. I didn't have that assignment, but I asked for it because this was good to portray Trinidad and Venezuela. And she's a well-known dancer from Venezuela, but she is here. as a refugee. A fantastic dancer.
Where is this?
In Arima, in the Caribbean. Yeah, it's for the first time they went back to, because they used to do it in, there is the Cruz de Mayo. Moving back to the bus. It's a mix. This is a Calalu, sorry for that. I don't have that, but I just hope with this image to inspire you and show you, well, sometimes it's not a beauty, but sometimes it's like the diversity. This country is an awesome country that have a lot of beauty and a lot of like many different things. So, going around. So I was assigned to join top concert this time.
Joint folk.
Join pop. So I was like this. I put this photo because again I could have taken a photo of the band playing, but I stayed the whole concert and the guitarist was leaving the band and he was explaining at that time that he was leaving after so many years. I think they have been together for 20 years or something like that. So he after contacted me because he liked the image very much when he saw it in the papers, in newspapers. This is in a little Bocas festival. They were that was a tribute to Mr. Earl Lovelace, when his dragon can dance, the book.
Dragon can
And
dance.
he is a very serious person, very, very, very quiet. And I sat like for about 45 minutes to an hour close because somebody, Jay, told me that he's a very important person. So I said, well, I have to photograph him doing something happening. Let me wait to see if there's any expression or something happening. So I wait, and I was lucky also to that also published in the paper. This is Exodus judging. I love still band. I love to see it. I love to go to the vineyards. So I asked for that assignment. So I covered it. I like the expressions, the passion. There's always like, even if everything is spontaneous, and you will always see something that's jumping to you to call to be photographed. I think that is one of the expressions. This is this image is actually from last year, from Savannah, from the Bruzual in Savannah. This is another assignment that all I knew was that parade, president, you have to go there. So I didn't have a clue where to go, the circle of security, and like where is the angle, how she's gonna walk. I didn't, but always you have like people around, like colleagues and photographers, and a good advice and being in the right place at the right time, got from the page. This is an image from Lady John Road last year. Because I say that tree is gonna fall. And I'm passing there every morning to go to work. I said, let me take a photo before the tree. It fell already, and the house is about to fall. This is like elements, hands that are very, for me, are very eye-catching. Sometimes the papers say, no, Mariela, we don't want that because that is too abstract, but I still like it, and I put it. This is in Savannah. This is last year. I like the traditional mask. I like the sailors. And I like the We're going now into fashion. I never photographed fashion before. It's a pity I couldn't find the shots from last year when the first time they say Hilton show fashion. I didn't know. I didn't have a clue who is who and mailing and this one and this one. And I was very lucky to be next to a French photographer that I even photographed him. I photographed him. He gave me some tips. This image is after that show. I always with the camera and seeing, looking, I always ready, even if not it's with the phone. And she was relaxed, Dana Philip, model, and she was relaxing after the show. And it was very, very dark. That's why the image is a bit noisy. But kind of like the lights and the moon. Yeah. This is a school project photo. I always like the kids' expression. I like the composition, like your eye will go like that and go like geometric, like the S, like science. Super blue and calypso rose show. I like the colors, I like his expression, and still a legend here. That was from the protest. Okay, we're going now with drag racing. There's a lot of things happening here. Yeah. So one day I work in a company that distributes and work with automotive. So I passed with the camera, I said, let me see if I take a photo. So I went, and when I was standing in that place, that car just did that, and I had the camera in the right time and shot in the right moment. Apparently I was the only one who got the shot because everybody asking me if I got it. And after when I checked in at home,
Pretty tired.
yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
Just been at the right time. I did a road trip.
Sorry, that last shot, how many frames of it you have? Just one, or you have a few frames?
Of what?
Of the car. Was it just one
No,
frame?
no,
A
it
few?
was, yeah.
Okay.
I went, I was trying to take photos of the baby turtles, but they were like, putting the baby turtles in a bucket to save them, to let them go at the night. So it was looking very, like, they call the newspapers, call these offbeat shots that have nothing to do with the news, but it's offbeat. I stayed like 6 months wondering what was offbeat. Until one day I said, what is offbeat? Anybody can tell me what is offbeat? That is offbeat. Yes. That was the first time I went to a Kes concert. He asked me, you want to go? I said, well, yeah. So I went to cover it.
Kes asked you to go?
No. He didn't. In the newspaper.
And she said, well, yeah.
No. They asked me, you want to cover it? You want to go? I said, well, yeah. So I covered. That was the same concert with Join Pop. Okay, now we're going into sports, cycling. This is actually my son that won that day. He won the national junior championship. So I was lucky to photograph him, and then he was in the papers with my photo. I like that photo too. It's not because he's in the photo. I just learned to photograph cyclists because of the years I have been with him in exciting.
Yeah, let's see how it settles down.
Okay, I put this photo because again, they sent me to an assignment because they say it's magazine launching photo, must be a photo. So I go to the place, it's a fashion show. So before the fashion show, they have these booths. So I am innocently thinking that they're gonna have like somebody presenting the magazine, and time is passing and nothing is happening. So here's me like saying, so the fashion show was about to start and I don't have the photo for the launching of the magazine. So they have this, they have all the top 10 contestants. I took a magazine and I told them, just do wow, and because I need to get a photo. So that is how that photo.
And you're lucky all the Miss World contestants were happy to pose for you.
Yeah, no, they were very, people, the beauty about this work is that you get a lot of reward from people, a lot. We're going now into, this is the pre-judging for the individual still pan.
Small man.
This shot also have a story behind, because I get an assignment, I say, Mariela, this is very close to you, so you just have to go to the vineyard close to Trinidad, and that is it. That is it. They put the wrong time, so when I arrived to the place, as I thought I have arrived early, the judges pack up and go. So I have to get the shot because I am new, and I don't want to go with nothing. So I started to look for all the vineyards that were being judged that day, and I went to Europe, and they just finished. And then I went to another one, and I said, well, I tried to find a list, and I went to someone.
So you were chasing the judges? Yeah.
So I wait, I stop, I went like, I skipped like 2 or 3 places, and I wait for that one.
Yeah,
To see that you have to observe. So that guy was always crazy.
Animated.
Yeah, very animated.
So that's the one.
We're going back now to the color in farming. We're going tonight all over the place. We're having a big journey. So a lot of visual and a little talk. So that is basically that. Also, where they have different bands. I just put like a few. He was also. Now another one. Then we're going back to, I don't know why they mix, because I tried, I couldn't put in a PowerPoint presentation. So that is the judging for that part. This is also a nice story behind it. That was in Little Carib. I get assignment, ballet, dance, Yui, photo. Okay, I go. I finish my work normally like about 4:30, 5. This was like 7, 7:30. When I arrived there, they have another photographer from the same garden that he didn't know I was coming to cover. So I said, well, we stay there and we both cover because everybody have a different perspective. So when this lady came, it was very inspired to me because the way she moved on the stage, it was, I don't know if I showing in the photo, how her expression and how she was moving, because she stand and move and all of that. So when I was doing my captions, So I wrote the newspaper, I Googled, I cannot write that, I can take photos, but I'm not a writer. So I Googled all the information and I wrote the newspaper. That was a very inspiring lady to me. I don't know if they were going to take me on or not, but I sent it, and I don't know if the news is after. Oh, no. But when it comes, I'm sure. They did wrote the article, say the Wonder Woman of dance or something. I think I should be somewhere around there. This is a flamenco show that the Spanish embassy hosts and Christmas every year. This is the first time I was invited, but because I was working, I said, well, let me portray. So I covered. It was a fantastic show. And things just like, in all these photos you can see that everything is just happening. You freeze it, but everything is happening very fast. Very, very fast. This is Kitty's Carnival. Again, they say Kitty's Carnival from 2 to 6 in that song. Go! So you spend all these hours trying to capture and maybe taking about hundreds of photos to reach to expressions like that, or maybe the girls before, and maybe another photos. You have to like move around, jump with them, and for like hours. But it's worth it when you get what you want. I don't know why the photos are all over the place, but we're going back to Pyramid. And this is the same one of the ones. That is one of the concerts. I think that was, I don't know if that was the Man's Nadia Watson. That was, I don't know if all the slides, that was to finish my parts.
Yeah.
I don't know if yeah, like some of them were missing, but the Wonder Woman, yeah. I hope that this can inspire you in a way. I'm sorry that I sometimes get intimidated by people and it's really hard to speak and maybe say more than what I can say like with images, but the images I hope that give you inspiration and go for it, and hopefully this is what I do.
Questions. Mariela, when you go out on your field, do you go with a writer or you go by yourself and you report on what you shoot?
Normally I go by myself. So what I try to do now is I tape. So I tape and I listen. I listen to, and I try to write a bit. So there is one of the writers over there, and he told me, Mariela, you just describe so I can get more. But sometimes they have like cultural writers, like Paula Lindo, that she's a writer in all the cultural events. She's there, so it's a big help. But normally you are there by yourself.
Mariela, how much of your work is assignments and how much of the stuff you pitch to the paper?
I think it's more what I pitch. Sometimes, like in Carnival, it's a lot of assignments. But the assignment is like one photo. You want to submit more. Like sometimes I didn't put it here because it's like, they call it talk. When it's people like talking, what we do in the exhibitions. So you tell a
Documents.
story, you write a little bit, and then you show a little more. But more in my case, because it's freelancing, is I pitch a lot.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Did you explain the use of black and white?
I love black and white. Because it wasn't in this topic, I like to do a lot of digital post-processing after. Like if I find a photo that is dramatic and I can make it more dramatic how I feel it, I will do it. So I use a lot of black and white because I find it for me it shows like drama.
I agree with you. I like it too, but I just was curious what your reasons were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Following on your question, the black and white images you took of your refugees, did you use flash for them, or was it a lot of natural, like ambient lights?
Some of them are ambient, but some of them it was very, very dark because I was trying to see how high I could go with the ISO to not use the flash. I didn't want to use the flash, but some of them you will see in the KFC,
The shadow.
yeah, you will see a lot of hash.
What has been your favorite assignment so far? Either what you pitched to them or what they gave to you? What do you enjoy most?
I enjoy one that they sent me to clean beaches, like the beach. They had all the ambassadors
Cleaner.
doing a cleaning. And I like all those environmental or health. I like the assignments that will put something positive in the world. I like that. Sometimes you don't get because editorials is not like big money into that, but it's something that you can put something good into the world when you have a day job. But it's good that you can portray a lot of like good things that you can do and follow your passion and maybe find a way that make it more like profitable, but I like that kind of assignment. They know that, they always have me.
You mentioned you started out as a graphic designer and stuff, but how did you become a photojournalist? Like what was the transition or how did you get into it?
I used to send it was like years sending photos,
Okay.
like 2 years.
Submit.
I submit, I used to send Express, Newsday, photos, and the photos they didn't take me on at all. There's some photos I say, well, why not? And one day they asked me if I would like to be to freelance. But nobody, I used to send Newsday, Guardian to the editors, and once I think the Newsday approached me, but that was a few years ago in the sports because they used to see my son photos.
Is there anything you have not shot yet that you want to shoot?
There is always something. There's always something new to shoot. I'm sure. It's like the question that you did to
Yeah.
see that if there is something, yes, I have gone sometimes. I say, could I take that photo and I didn't do it, and that passed. And it's not like the scenery is there and you can go back. It's just like you miss it and you miss it.
Something like that I was going to ask, did you ever have an assignment or something that you had to photograph and it was unsuccessful for you? Have you ever had any unsuccessful outings, like you didn't get the shot that you know, it was,
Well, if that happened, I would have done it like the girl in the magazine that I have to
Okay, get that.
Oh, they
You get
have
that.
a fashion show. They have a fashion show. They say, well, you need to do a talk because there's gonna be a lot of personalities there, and I don't know who is who, and I am in this. That is the film fashion show with a French photographer, and the people started very late, so the people left, so they have nobody to do a talk. So I start to tell, no, hey, you don't leave. Stop, please. No, hold on, no, don't leave. and always trying to find a way to tell a story.
Make the photos.
Yeah, to make the photo. It's always a way. Maybe you will miss the shots that you wanted, but just try to, in a creative way, find an element that can work for you.
I think that's it, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being a wonderful audience.
Pass your
Telling all
SCA.
this-
Mariela,
No, I have to tell
she
you.
was very nervous. I spoke to her during the week and she said this is feeling like she's prepared to write the SCA exam.
It's over.
Do you want to talk about what's coming up next?
Yeah, we talked about that already. We did. We talked about the competition, and yeah, we kind of covered a lot of those things in the.
Fantastic.
Mariela, thank you so much. It's hard to get up when you don't like to speak. Yeah, it was wonderful. Thank you for making the journey down here, and that was inspiring. I hope you all really enjoyed it. Gareth, thank you. Really appreciate the South venue. We should come down here more when we have Tobago as well. Hope somebody can make it for us. So everybody, there is some food. I'm sure you have some more questions from Mariela and Theo. Thank you very much for coming.
So that gives you a sense of what we do at members' meetings.